Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Gnippets. My name is Garm. Today, I wanted to talk about being nice to people. I've spent a lot of my life not being very nice to people. So much so that when I am nice to people or genuine with people, they don't really seem to take it as a kindness. They just think I'm lying or mocking them or not being genuine. And that bums me out. I remember a particular story. It was during the BLM riot stuff. And I remember I usually don't make posts on social media or Instagram at all, but I had a very moving discussion with somebody, and I thought I would post something on my Instagram story. And I had a bunch of friends respond to me. They're like, "Are you okay? Like, are you like sick or something?" And I sent back. I was like, "No, I just I thought it was time. Everyone's got to grow up sometime," is what I said, and it became kind of an inside joke among my friend group, and I was kind of mocked for it a little bit, as if Germ caring for black people is so funny, kind of thing. And it bummed me out at the time. Obviously, I got over it. I kind of told my friends that it kind of bothered me, and they still make jokes about it sometimes. But it's kind of more of it's a little meta kind of joke within a joke within a joke kind of thing. But I did want to be nicer. I wanted to be a nicer person, a more empathetic person. I think I'm doing a pretty okay job at it. I think I'm doing better than I was, being a little more sincere. One of the reasons I remember I found it so difficult to be nice with people is a long time ago, I was in a situation where I was being vulnerable with somebody, and they had taken screenshots of the conversation and sent it to their friends, and they all laughed at me and gawked at me. And I had kind of made a very conscious decision that basically from there on out, I was never going to send a private message to anybody that or not to anybody. I never a private message. Basically, every time I was gonna DM someone, I was under the impression that other people would see it. I basically had a constant safeguard, so I would never send in anything kind of vulnerable or embarrassing or anything like that. And it worked up until a point. I would, be genuine with people, kind of in real life, not which wasn't very often. I'm kind of a bit of a recluse. Plus, people are moving away and stuff like that. And so recently, I decided that I was going to send a nice message to my closest friends over Discord, over text, over whatever it may be. And it felt really good. I had positive responses from everybody. Some of them were like kind of weird. Not weird, but some of them were like, "Were you drunk? Or was there any reason that you sent the messages?" And I told them no, I wasn't drunk. There was no kind of reason in particular. I did it just cuz. The only thing that I kind of regretted about doing it was I had drafted all the paragraphs or all the messages. They were kind of paragraphs, maybe 5, 6 sentences each. I drafted them in a Google Doc, and I drafted them in a Google Doc, and they sat there and just waited and marinated. And for whatever reason, I was waiting for the right time to send these messages for just anything, which looking back on it was so odd. It's part of the reason I actually sent them the day that I sent them, because it seems so peculiar to wait for an event or for something like that to happen just to say something nice. It's not even something that's a lie, not even to be facetious or to, because there's one thing to lie and say like, "Oh, you look so pretty," or "You do," whatever, just kind of a phony little, just gassing them up for kind of not no reason, but something that doesn't have a lot of substance to it. And so I sent the messages, and I got a lot of very positive responses back, and it felt good. It felt good to kind of finally be vulnerable and to send kind of a little cringe and a little embarrassing message. I don't know that there'll ever be a time in my life where I don't view being genuine or loving with someone platonically or romantically, at least a little bit cringe, but I'm glad that I'm taking strides to hopefully try to be maybe not a better person, but more human. So thanks for watching. If you can, maybe message your friends. Tell them you love them, how important they are to you. They'd appreciate it, and I think maybe you would too.